Welcome to Saigon. Or is it Ho Chi Minh City? We were asking ourselves that exact question as we landed in this wonderfully chaotic city that's teeming with motorbikes, layered history, and some incredible food. We only had 2 short days here, but we made the most of them, eating our way through the city, learning about its recent past, and spending time with locals, which was easily the highlight of our visit.
We arrived in Ho Chi Minh from Da Nang, and after spending 3 days in the little city of Hoi An, we were excited to come back to a big city to feel that bustling energy. Driving into the city from the airport, we got the taste of the crazy intersections filled with dozens or 100 motorcycles everywhere.
Our plan for the night was to finally try one of the famous motorbike street food tours that you always hear about in Vietnam. We were a little nervous given how many bikes we saw, how chaotic the traffic was, and our real lack of experience on motorbikes. But we knew we couldn't leave Vietnam without this essential experience. Since we were short on time, I managed to find on Get Your Guide a tour that combined sightseeing and also a food tour. It was the perfect thing.
Little did we know, this will end up being one of our favorite adventures in this trip in Vietnam.
The night started out with our drivers picking us up from our hotel. Frodo was with Pablo. Yes, Pablo. And no, that is not his Vietnamese name. And I had a female driver, I think her English name was Elena, and she was also super sweet. Pablo was the main guide for our tour, and he was just an absolute delight. He really made our experience unforgettable, truly. He was such a nice guy.
It was so great. Yeah. So we got on the motorbikes behind of our guys and braced ourselves to start weaving through the congested streets of Saigon. To our surprise, the streets were really scary, but at the same time, were not. That is intense experience that we thought that we were going to live were more soft and chill, yeah. But was a ton of motorbikes surrounding us all the time. And something that we learned is that the speed limit is really low. So for that reason, you don't see so many accidents in the street. Maybe they are, but we didn't encounter any problem in our tour. So that was really good.
It made it way less scary.
Yeah.
Our first stop was at a very local feeling spot for one of Vietnam's most iconic dishes that we still hadn't tried yet. But our guides dropped us off at a table and then quickly returned with big bowls of pho. And one of them was vegetarian for me. So if you're a vegetarian, yes, you can find a tour that's vegetarian friendly. And the pho was delicious. It was so great. And we got to have a little bit of a chat with Pablo and Elena, which was really fun. We got to ask Pablo about his name.
So what was the story of his name? It was the classic situation that for foreigners is really difficult to pronounce his name in Vietnamese. So he chose randomly the name Pablo. And he really liked it, and
that's it.
Then we headed back to the busy streets of Ho Chi Minh.
We spent the rest of the night stopping at a few different historical highlights, including a monument to a monk who self-immolated in 1963. This was in protest against the treatment of Buddhist citizens by the South Vietnamese government, which was headed by a strict Catholic president. You may have even seen the famous photo of this event taken by a US journalist.
We also stopped in a busy night market where they were selling a ton of food and fresh flowers, a park that was next to the Saigon River, and you could see all the new buildings in Saigon, and that was really incredible. And of course, we ended the night with what? With banh mi and fresh fruit smoothies. It was a really hot day.
Yes, the smoothies were very refreshing and needed. Along the way, we asked Pablo, what should we be calling the city, Saigon or Ho Chi Minh? He explained that the city had always been called Saigon by the South Vietnamese. So the people that are from southern Vietnam have this nostalgic connection with the name. After the city was captured by the North Vietnamese at the end of the Vietnam War, they changed the name of the city to Ho Chi Minh City, which was to honor the former president and Communist Party leader of North Vietnam, who was, of course, named the same. And Ho Chi Minh is still the official name of the city. While it's still no longer technically the political capital of the country, that would be Hanoi in the north, it is still very much the economic capital of Vietnam.
If you're new here and you're enjoying it, Make sure to subscribe so we can keep exploring together. The next day, we got up early to head outside of the city center of Saigon to learn more about the modern history of the country at the Ho Chi tunnels.
While the name might sound a little bit amusing, the actual place is anything but. If you're not aware, Ho Chi is an area where there is a network of all of these miles and miles of tunnels underground, and they were used by the Viet Cong to fight against the US and South Vietnamese troops during the Vietnam War.
First though, let us make two recommendations. First one, there are two ways to go to the Ho Chi tunnels, one by boat and one by bus. They both take about the same amount of time to go there, so we choose the speedboat and it's definitely our recommendation.
We'll link the Get Your Guide tour we went on in the description for you guys. Recommendation number 2. If you have any claustrophobia, I might not go down into the tunnels themselves. However, there is still plenty to do and see and learn on the tour, even if you don't actually go down into the tunnel. It's definitely still worth your time.
We zoomed along the Saigon River for an hour and a half while we ate a croissant and watched the life along the riverbanks before we arrived to Ho Chi. Then we follow our guide that was called Ken, like kangaroo, into the site. And so many weapons, different kinds of them, from guns to bombs. And they were enormous. From there, we headed out into the regrown jungle. Regrow because all the Agent Orange spreading in the area had destroyed the trees, where Ken began to show us the various ways the Viet Cong hid themselves and ambushed US and South Vietnamese soldiers.
This included everything from just ditches to spider holes to the famous tunnels themselves. We got to hop into one of the spider holes, which for me was much less scary than the tunnels. It was just like a little hole that you could go down into and come back up. They also have displays of all of the absolutely horrific booby traps that the Viet Cong used and scattered throughout the jungle. And looking at them and learning about them, it really made you squirm thinking about just encountering one while you were marching through the jungle.
They were horrible. Something else to keep in mind when you're visiting Ho Chi is that they have a firing range where visitors basically can shoot automatic weapons. Keep in mind that because it's so scary to hear those guns in the jungle. And remember, bullets are not included in the entry of the park.
After giving the group some time at the gun range, we continued to an area where there were some sections of the tunnels accessible. And these tunnels are pretty impressive, or they were a pretty impressive feat, because they were all dug completely by hand over hundreds and hundreds of kilometers.
The tunnels were used for everything by the Viet Cong, from hiding from their enemies to moving from place to place to storing supplies to living spaces, and even include smokeless kitchens and hospitals. These days, sections of the tunnels have been preserved and made larger, both by width and height, so visitors can experience them.
I had never had issues with claustrophobia before, so I wasn't too nervous about this. I wouldn't say I was excited to go into the tunnels, but I wasn't super nervous. And really the whole day I had insisted on doing because I felt like it was important given the US's involvement in this terrible, terrible war. I was actually more worried about Frodo than myself.
So I knew that I have some kind of claustrophobia. I always had it, but I had been fighting. So recently we had gotten stuck in a crowd of people inside of a massive city of tunnels in Cappadocia.
Yeah, one of the underground cities.
And that was terrible. Awful. Was one of the worst days of my life.
But it was much bigger spaces than the Ho Chi tunnel. No! Yeah, that was.
And the interesting part is that she was okay. So what happened? I didn't know. But in this case, for these tunnels, I was prepared. I always meditate and breathe a ton. And I prepare for going inside of a tunnel.
Really?
but she was not prepared for that because she didn't know. So I went first to try to have a space, first of all, to know that I have a space in front of me and behind of me too, where she was going to be.
So the section of tunnel we were in had exits every 30 meters, which isn't very far. So how bad could it really be? We headed in, everything was fine at first. And then the family that was a little bit in front of us stopped. And I couldn't see beyond Frodo, and there were people behind us, so we couldn't go forwards, we couldn't go back. I couldn't tell how far away we were from the exit, and the panic kicked in. Unlike anything I had ever felt before, I think. It was bad. Eventually, the family got their act together and kept moving, and we were able to get the heck out of those tunnels. Whew.
I hadn't seen her shaken up for a long time, not since the fake terrorist attack that we had in Prague when we met. But that's another story for another day.
And then we went to eat lunch. It was actually really delicious, the lunch. We didn't get to choose anything beforehand, so I was not having high expectations, but it was delicious.
It's amazing.
There was a ton of different options. There was a big bowl of spicy tofu for me and other veggies, but it was great, really good.
And we forgot to say, before lunch, we watched a crazy old propaganda movie of Kuchi and the local people from there. Propaganda is always interesting, and this was a really heavy-handed example. It got a little bit long, but still was worth to watch and pretty fascinating to see how both sides were portrayed.
After lunch, we boarded our boat to go back to Saigon. And once we got back to the city, we decided to head to the famous Saigon Central Post Office to send some postcards. The building itself is beautiful, but I don't know if I'd say it's a must-do if you're not already in the area. However, if you do go, a couple of tips. One, the postcard sellers want exact change, or at least they won't give you change back. So maybe it's a good place to get rid of your last few Vietnamese dong before you go. And you also might want to bring a pen, just in case you can't find one. It wasn't too busy when we were there, but I can see it being super busy earlier in the day. Once you've picked out your postcards and purchased them, there is another counter where you can go to buy your stamps, fill out your postcards, and hand them to the workers who will, of course, put them in the mail for you. I think it took maybe 3 weeks or almost a whole month for them to get to my parents' house in the States. But they did get there.
Our last day in Saigon was almost over, but we couldn't end the trip without another banh mi. So we stopped in one of the famous banh mis in the city. And I think was not our favorite version of banh mi. We liked, for example, the Hoi An banh mis more, but we were still glad to have given it a try.
I also managed to squeeze in one last hair washing and mini massage. And honestly, I don't know why this isn't a standard thing everywhere in the world, because it is the best.
And that was it for Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh City. Short and maybe not exactly sweet, but fascinating and absolutely worth to spend more than 2 days there.
I definitely want to go back to Vietnam someday. So if we missed some things, and I'm sure we did, in Ho Chi Minh City, please let us know in the comments so we can hit them next time. And subscribe to keep up with our adventures.
Until next time!
What the hell is that?
Fa 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 fa.